Good morning, everyone. Hello, it's Mrs. Lee here. Today is Tuesday. Okay, how are you feeling? Can you give me a thumbs up? Are you not feeling that way? Oh dear, it's okay not to feel always okay. Sometimes we feel different, don't we? Do you remember yesterday I was talking to you about how I was feeling? That's right. I was feeling a little bit worried, wasn't I? And I told you a story about a little boy called Billy. In the story they called him a silly Billy, but actually I don't think he was very silly. I think it's okay to be worried. Mrs. Lee is looking for her worry doll. There it is. It's always with me. When I'm worried about something now, I can tell my worry doll. If you haven't got a worry doll, don't forget, you can always use your grown-ups. There's lots of them in your bubbles, and I'm sure if you look around your house right now, there's lots of grown-ups. They've got really good listening ears. You can tell them your worries. I was worried about our lion, wasn't I? I'm not so worried now because you've been telling me what name you'd like for the lion. Thank you for voting online. Thank you for emailing me as well. Super. I will tell you the results soon. Oh, very exciting. Okay. Well, so sometimes we're not feeling okay. Sometimes we might have another emotion. I'm going to read you a story in a moment, but I just want to tell you about this emotion first because I felt it today. It was a bit cold today, so I got my scarf out and I put my scarf on, keep myself nice and warm. I like my scarf, but then guess what? I saw Mrs. Orledge. There she is. Mrs. Orledge is wearing such a beautiful scarf. Oh, I thought in my head, I wish I had that scarf. I don't like this scarf at the moment. I want that scarf. Have you ever felt like Mrs. Lee? Yeah? Hands up if you have. I bet your grown-ups have. What feeling is Mrs. Lee having at the moment when she sees lovely Mrs. Orledge's very bright scarf? That's right. Mrs. Lee is feeling jealous. Have you ever felt jealous? If you're thinking, what does she mean? I'll give you a little clue. Right, in this book here, I've got a poem to read today. Are you listening? It says, look out for the jealousy monster. I'll give you a little sneaky peek about what he looks like. Whoa. It says, look out for the jealousy monster. He's sneaky and he's strange. And the moment that you meet him, your mood will start to change. He'll make you feel gloomy. He'll make you feel grumpy. He'll make you feel sulky and sad. That grumbly green-eyed monster, look out for him. He's feeling bad. It's that feeling. It's that feeling when you see something and you think, I would really like that. And it doesn't make you feel good. And we've all had it. And you get it all through your life. And it's okay to feel like it. But we need to help you, don't we? Right, I'm going to read you a story about two people who are in our story. One of them is feeling a little bit jealous of the other, okay? It's a story called Katie Morag and the Two Grandmothers, and you might have heard it before. And it's not set up, oh gosh, Mrs. Lee can't speak. It's set up in Scotland on a little island. So some of the words Mrs. Lee might have a little bit of a trouble trying to pronounce, but you're gonna help me, aren't you? Okay, right. The story is called Katie Morag and Two Grandmothers. One sunny Wednesday morning, Mrs. McColl woke Katie Morag early. Hurry up now, she said, drawing back the curtains. Here comes the boat. Grandma Mainland will be soon here, and you've got to get this room all tidy. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Grandma Mainland lived far away in the big city on the mainland. She was coming to stay with them for a holiday. I don't know if you can see. Might be able to see her boat coming in the window. So Katie Morag is feeling very excited. Yes. Katie Morag went with her other grandmother, Granny Island, who lived just across the bay on the island, to meet the boat coming from the mainland. "My, you're a wee smart Bobby Dazzler," said Neely Beeg as he helped Grandma Mainland down from the boat. Granny Island revved her engine very loudly. Rum, rum, rum. Gosh, look at her face. Do you think she's happy about that compliment being made to Granny Mainland? Katie Morag watched fascinated as Grandma Mainland unpacked. "Oh, do you like this new hat I bought for the show, Katie Morag?" Grandma Mainland says. "Och, her and her fancy ways," muttered Granny Island to herself. Can you see her walking just past in the mirror? I think she's feeling that green-eyed monster, isn't she? Well, show day was a big event on the Isle of Struay where Katie Morag lived. At the post office, her mum and dad were rushed off their feet. "Look where you're going!" shouted Mrs. McCall as Katie Morag tripped over the baby Liam. "Katie Morag, I think you'd better off helping Granny Island. Go and get Elisinia ready for the show," sighed Mr. McCall. Who's Elisinia? Elisinia was Grandma Island's prize sheep. She had won the best ewe and fleece trophy for the past 7 years, but she was getting old, and everyone said that Neely Beeg's April Love would win it this year. Katie Morag ran as fast as she could past the show field where the frantic last-minute preparations were in progress and got to Granny Island's in time just to give Elisinia an extra special brush and a comb before the judging started. But when Katie Morag arrived at Granny Island, oh no, Elisinia was up to her horns in a boggy lock. Do you want to see her? Oh my gosh, look at her. Do you think she's going to win a trophy for being the best ewe? I don't think so. "A whole hillside to eat and she wants to eat that blade of grass," Granny Island shouted in a fury. Arr! "Look at your fleece, and today of all days you are," ranted Granny Island when they eventually got Elisinia out of the boggy lock. "We'll never get these stains out in time for the show." Then Katie Morag had an idea. "Grandma Mainland, she has the stuff to make her hair silvery white," said Katie Morag thoughtfully. Well, everyone looked in amazement as Granny Island's old tractor and trailer headed past the show field, heading for the post office. "We'll be late," grumbled Grandma Island. Where do you think they're going? Fortunately, no one was about when they got home, because I don't think Katie Morag's mum and dad would have been very happy about what was going to happen. Oh my gosh. Can you see what's happening? They've put Elisinia in the bath. Ooh. They're cleaning her off with those lovely towels. And Grandma Mainland would have been furious if she had seen what was happening with all her fancy hair curlers. Not to mention her perfume. But it all ended well. They managed to get tidied up and back to the show field just in time for the judging, and at the sight of Elisinia's coat and curls, the judges were in no doubt as to who should win the silver trophy this year. Who do you think it's going to be? That's right, Granny Island's sheep. That evening there was a party at Granny Island's to celebrate. "My, that is some beautiful ewe," said Nellie Beeg. "Just like yourself, Grandma Mainland. How do you do it?" "That's my secret," said Grandma Mainland, fluttering her eyelashes. Katie Morag and Granny Island smiled at each other. They knew some of the secret, but they would never tell. And Granny Island never frowned at Grandma Mainland's fancy ways ever again. I wonder why. Do you know why? Sometimes we're jealous of people's things, but actually we've got nice things. Actually, my scarf is lovely and warm, and while I've been reading that story to you, I haven't felt shivery at all. I felt nice and warm. I know it's not as colourful as Mrs. Orlage's, but I can like mine just as much as I can like hers, can't I? Oh, I feel so much better now. I'm glad I shared my worry with you. Actually, in this book, where I read a poem to you earlier on, there's a lovely poem right at the back. Are you ready? Oh, I can't find it. Oh, it's in this one. That's right. Oh dear, Mrs. Lee. Getting old, aren't I? Here we go. It's that jealousy monster again. This time, the poem goes like this. I'll beat the jealousy monster. I won't let him win any more. I won't let him grumble and mumble. I'll chase him right out of the door. I'll beat the jealousy monster. I'll teach him a lesson, you'll see. He'll vanish like snow in the sunshine when I tell him I'm glad to be me. That's right. Be glad about who you are. You're very special. You're very lovely. And we enjoy seeing you in the bubbles, and we love seeing all your work on tapestry when you're at home. Be happy about you, all right? Now take care of yourself. Mrs. Lee has spoken for far too long. You must remember school prayer. Okay. Close your eyes, hands together, hold your arms. I don't mind as long as you join in with the words, okay? Oh, I'm going to get myself cool. I'm actually going to take our lion and give him a cuddle. Help me to do the things I should, to be to others kind and good, in all my work and all my play, to grow more loving every day. Amen. Okay, bye-bye, I'll see you tomorrow.